Hey, everybody, thank you for joining me here on Let's Talk Weather. That's right, I'm back. It has been a while since I've recorded, and if you don't know me, I'm meteorologist Rob Wilson, and we are, going to talk a little bit about today. It's been a while since I've recorded. Some technical changes here. I've kind of combined where I record and where my wife records. She teaches online, and we built this nice little studio here. But I struggled a little bit trying to get the software to work for both her login and my login, and getting everything to work correctly. So I took a little bit of a break until we could work out all the bugs. But now I'm here. Yay! So we're going to give it a little shout here and try and get through a forecast here. It's going to be more of a test one. I'll throw it up because I have a pretty good sized storm moving across the central U.S. to talk about. So why not? Why not do it tonight? So here we go. All right. So this is what's going on. If you're new to the channel, haven't watched in a while, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen here over the next few days. We'll look at satellite, we'll look at radar, we'll look at some model data, and see how it all plays out as we move into the weekend. That's right. We're headed into St. Patrick's Day, so lots of people curious about what is coming up. So let's jump to the maps right here. We'll transition over to the satellite loop. That's right. Why not put myself down in here too? Boom. I like it. Right over there. Anyway, so here's what our current satellite loop looks like. This is infrared. I've got the clouds colored here to make them a little bit easier to see for you. And what you're looking at, look at the center of the low pressure right here, moving across Kansas, southern Nebraska, headed up into Omaha, Nebraska. That is a good-sized storm. Strong gusty winds. We've had snow in the Colorado Rockies. We've got tons and tons of rain out here ahead of it. And that is going to mean a pretty good go of weather for us later on as we roll into the weekend, actually. We're looking at Thursday, some rain, and then potentially some snow showers here in the local area on Friday. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. Let me kind of draw what is going on. We've got low pressure located, center low right about, oops, as I move the screen. Like I said, testing it. Got to test it. Got to learn all the little kinks. All right, there's your low pressure center right here. And you are looking at a strong shield of rain out ahead of it. And this is all going to drive its way probably toward the north and east in a direction somewhat like this as it moves across the United States. That means we're going to pick up this southern part here. We will pick up eventually the cold part of the system, which is behind it. That's your cold air wrapping in around the low like that. So we will pick up the cooler air as we make our way into Friday and into the weekend. It's not terrible, but I think it's also going to be windy and cooler, so it's kind of a double-edged sword thing going on. The one good thing I will say is temperatures are expected to really, really pop. We're talking about tomorrow, and we'll see how that all plays out here in just a second. Okay, that is a look at that. Let's go on to the radar. And what I'll show you here is that we are looking at strong rain here across Illinois, moving into Indiana. You can see it moving into Tennessee. This is WeatherBug here. I like WeatherBug's radar. There are lots of radars you can find online. Other ones, you know, there are probably maybe some really, really higher quality ones, but they're not as user-friendly. This one's quick and easy. I can get lots of stuff on it. Plus, it has good-looking radar. The palette I like best. And what I mean by palette, it's the colors that they use to indicate different things. They're not as washed out to get a little bit more detail in there, and that's why I really prefer this one. It's the one I keep on my phone too, and I've talked about this in the past. But if you're new, as far as radar goes, what I personally use on my phone is WeatherBug for radar. I'm not a big fan of their forecast per se, and I don't like a lot of phone app forecasts, to be quite honest, because again, I can figure it out on my own, which is what I teach you a little bit here on this forecast. But as far as just looking at the radar, this is my go-to. Okay, so rain here, low pressure in Nebraska and in Kansas. Look at the snow wrapping in behind it, North Dakota, South Dakota, even a little bit just moving out of Denver now as it makes its way to the east. So what does that mean for us? Well, here in the Pennsylvania area, Pittsburgh, you can see it indicated by my little drop tab there. we're going to pick up some of the rain. Not a ton, but some of the rain, because I think it's going to weaken a little bit as it moves in over the next 12 to 24 hours. And then the most dramatic change will be the drop in temperatures, especially when you expect tomorrow's temperatures. We're talking about Thursday. I shouldn't say tomorrow because it's now after midnight. Today's temperatures, upper 60s. Outside chance we see a 70-degree reading in the region. Yeah, I said it. But it's going to be not the best combination because it's going to be breezy. We're going to have some rain showers, but it will be substantially warmer than it's been over the last few days. All right, more details on that. Let's go to the model data. Okay, I use Tropical Tidbits as my go-to. Again, because of the visualizations, they're high quality, good resolution. Lots of different options here. The color palettes are nice, so this is my go-to. There are a few out there. I used to use one called, oh man, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was pretty good. But I found this Tropical Tidbits in the last year, and man, I've fallen in love and use it all the time. So great in the summertime. Again, they have these hurricane models. When it comes to hurricane season, we'll talk more about that. But for now, let's just show you what's going on here. Okay, this is a 48-hour forecast using the NAM, which is a high-resolution model. What I mean by high resolution is it's 3 kilometers. That's what this 3 km stands for. It gives you the distance between your grid points. And we're just going to slide this forward in time. And here is your rain moving across Ohio into the region 12Z. Because we've started daylight saving time, that means that is subtract 4 hours because we are -4 from Greenwich mean. So 12 minus 4 gives you 8. That's your local time here. So 8 a.m. We'll move this forward. And there you go. And notice how the rain really doesn't do a whole lot here. We're going to stop at 0Z. So 0Z would be the same as midnight Greenwich mean -4 is 8 p.m. And notice we haven't seen a lot of the rain. Some sprinkles, some showers, sure, but really nothing overly heavy because this high pressure out here to the east is kind of beating back the heavier rain. It's just eating it up a little bit, causing some stability to build in, and that keeps the rain from really taking shape in any dramatic sense for Thursday. Let's slide again forward, and here we get a little bit more of the rain early on Friday. We'll stop again at 8 a.m. All right, there we go. Showers in the region. Cooler air begins to move in starting on Friday morning. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's overnight, really, into Friday morning, but you really start to notice it on Friday. And then as we kick forward in time, watch the transition now as the cold air really slides in and we transition from rain into snow. Let me back up 1 hour. This is 8 p.m. Friday, Erie County, Crawford County, Warren County, McKean County, all of them seeing snow. Yes, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus counties in western New York. Snow! That's right, we are not done with snow yet. And we'll even pick up a little bit down here in Pittsburgh. Let's go forward hour by hour. Boom, there we go. Some snow showers, a little bit of light lake effect banding. Not much in the way of accumulation, maybe a dusting here, half an inch there. Not a big deal, okay? But it is an indication that cold air is not done with us quite yet. It won't be terrible, but we're looking at 30s to start off the weekend, maybe even on Sunday, some 30s, a little bit of wind as well, but again, could be worse. Let me go to a little bit of a longer range model. Let's go to the global, and we'll pick up one that I like here called Icon. So Icon is going to take us through a few more days, and you'll notice there's your snow. That goes away. And I want you to look at how good our weather ends up being over the next several. Here's going into Tuesday. Here's the beginning of Tuesday. That's 8 a.m. H means high pressure, means nothing happening. Sunshine, cool temps, modestly cool temps. And then it really takes until the middle to latter part of now. This should get your attention. Look at the size of this rainstorm here. This could be a nor'easter. You can get snow here, and this is Thursday. I'm going to give you a wider because I can do it. We have different maps I can show you. Let me drop this back a little bit. Am I going the right direction? No. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Going down here to regions. Let's go down here to regions. Boom. And we're going to broaden out that map. There we go. There you go. Look at the size of that bad boy. Okay, I'll back this up just a little bit. You can see how it forms. That's right. Comes in out of the Gulf of Mexico, comes across Florida, pushes up the East Coast, and creates a nor'easter here toward the end of next week. Talking about almost exactly a week from now. So, hey, this is not a guarantee, but something to definitely keep our eyes on as we go through the weekend into early next week. We'll see how accurate this is and if this all plays out. Okay, let's move on to the actual forecast now. I'm going to give you the numbers. I use this text data. This is called MOS. MOS is basically it's a description of the kind of output we're seeing here, which is this textualized data. It's what the computers actually generate, and then off of this data, you can really drill down into what the individual pieces of the forecast are. So in this particular case, Thursday, you can see the N and the X. It tells you the high and the low. So 46 to start your day on Thursday, that would be at 12Z, and at 0Z on Thursday evening, 70 between that, I should say. The low going into 12Z is 46, the high going into 0Z is 74, and then the temp tells you the temperatures at 12 and 0Z, so 49 and 69 degrees. That is a toasty day. 74 degrees for a high on Thursday. Loving that. Not as big a fan of the fact that you have 46% chance of rain, but more as we go into the overnight and into early Friday morning. You got 84% chance of the wet stuff on Friday. 55 degrees though at that time, so not terribly bad. And you can see the winds really picking up a little bit. Not as bad as we had a couple of weekends ago, but you can see 15, probably gusting as high as 30, 35 here in the Friday, Saturday time frame, with cooling temperatures going from 74 down to 55, 53, maybe upper 50s during the day. And then as we head into the weekend, 43 and 38 for your highs. So definitely cooler this weekend. And this is where we could pick up a little bit of the white stuff going here Friday night and into early Saturday. And then Sunday, it really kind of just peaks out and we start to warm up again, right? Monday, Tuesday, 44, 44, partly cloudy. I like it. Some sunshine there from Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday. And then we'll just have to see what that Thursday thing does, that little nor'easter I showed you pulling up. That doesn't really look to impact us based on the forecast, but again, we'll keep our eyes on it for you. Okay, that is it in a nutshell. Pretty quick one here for you. Going to hopefully get this online, and hopefully it will work for me. If so, you'll see more of these. Ooh! I do want to show you some of the cool stuff I am playing with, why this took so long to get set up. I have some cool little features here. Yay! It's a thing called, well, I don't want to give it away, but for when it rains, like it's going to rain on Thursday, Friday, it can turn a little rain layer on. Look at that. You can see the raindrops going on. And, you know, for when we have the snow coming on Saturday. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculously nerdy, but what can you do? I'm that kind of guy. And, you know, when I'm just not feeling good about the weather, there's always this. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. But it's kind of fun we're going to have here. All right, that's it. Again, I'm meteorologist Rob Wilson. I can actually throw that lower third back up here one more time just so you remember who I am. There I am. And we'll be back again. This is Let's Talk Weather. And have a great day. And again, drop a message for me. Give me a like, subscribe, all that other good YouTube-ish kind of stuff. And we'll be back again soon. Take care.